time is 7:13. Everybody, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you all for coming.
Bring it on.
Item number 3 on the agenda, seating of the alternates. We do not have any alternates to seat tonight. So that brings us to item number 4, public comment. This is public comment for the regular meeting. Public comment for the regular meeting. Yeah. Name and address for the record. Yeah.
Chris Champagne, 3 Barnhill Lane, Chairman of the Board of Ed. I just want to let you guys know that last night we had a special meeting. We had to handle some other business, but we did vote again on our budget, lowering it to 6.9%. That's the budget we feel we need. But I just wanted to let you guys know we did make an adjustment at least to that for you.
Okay.
All right. Sorry I was late for the previous one. I was stuck at work. But I think you guys all know where I kind of stand.
Okay.
All right?
6.9%.
Yeah. So that's 10% higher than where we're at with it.
10% higher?
Yeah. Any other public comment for the regular meeting? Going once? Going twice? Okay, first public comment is closed. Item number 5, approval of the minutes for February 26, 2025 special meeting, which was actually a regular meeting, just we had to move the date. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to accept minutes from that meeting.
Motion by Betty Ann. Second by Carol. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
I'll abstain, I wasn't here.
Okay, please note Bev's abstention due to absence. Okay, item number 6, discussion and possible action on the fiscal year 25-26 town budget. So I guess the next move would be to send our recommendations on this off to the annual town meeting, which is happening on April 2nd. Does anybody up here have any final thoughts on the budget before moving it into the annual town meeting? I'll start on my left. Lucy?
I know that people are struggling, but I think we have to bring a budget out to the people and have them vote on it and give us further information on what their feelings are. I mean, it's a tough decision. I think it's time to bring it out to the people and let them make a decision and then come back and make any adjustments if we have to make the adjustments.
Okay. Jim?
No comment.
Bev?
I just feel the mill rate is too high, and that, I just think that it's going to fail. So, I think we need to bring the mill rate down. So, thank you.
Betty Ann?
No comment.
Kristen?
No comment.
Carol?
No comment.
Okay. Okay, so, not seated.
Oh, she's not.
No. Okay. So that brings us to item number 7. So I guess we have to make some motions to move this budget to the annual town meeting. And this is just a recommendation to the meeting. This is not like a final approval or anything. This is just, our recommendation to be taken up at the town meeting again on April 2nd. So the first would be a motion to approve the town expenditures in the amount of $27,124,976. I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to move the amount of the town budget to $27,124,976.
Okay, take a second. Second by Jim. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Please note Bev's opposition. Anybody abstain?
Opposition or abstain?
She opposed. Chair votes aye, motion carries. Okay, number B would be a motion to move our motion to move the recommended Board of Education bottom line in the amount of $42,115,139 to the town meeting on April 2nd. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to move the Board of Education budget, for $42,115,139.
Okay, second?
I'll second it.
Second by Carol. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Betty Ann?
Okay, please note Bev and Betty Ann's opposition. Anybody abstain? Chair votes aye, motion carries. Okay, now I'll entertain a motion to move the recommended total town expenditures, including the Board of Ed, to the annual town meeting on April 2nd in the amount of $96,200,000.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh,
60, hold on.
Broken out here.
69. Thank you. That's why we have a board up here.
That's good.
Okay, 69,240,115.
6'9". Oh, my God.
I'll entertain a motion. Thank you for catching that. It has writing over it.
It's the dyslexia that's coming.
Yes. Okay, a motion.
I'll make a motion to move the budget to the town meeting of $69,240,115.
49.
69.
69,240,115.
249, 11175. So you're reading it one. It's in the budget for less. So you're calling for a motion on 69,249,175
The grand total, which is on the back sheet.
is,
Let's just confirm that. Jason, the number that's on the back side of the sheet here is 69,240,115.
That's correct.
That is correct.
you
Okay.
read it as 249. Go ahead.
Okay, so motion.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion for $69,240,115.
Okay, motion by Kristen. You get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Carol. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Everybody opposed?
Aye. Opposed. Betty Ann?
Okay, note, Bev and Betty Ann's opposition, or are you a yay or nay?
pardon?
Are you a yes or no?
I said yes.
Yes, okay. Please note their opposition. Chair votes aye, motion carries. Okay, motion to approve the town revenues, or a motion to move the town revenues to the town meeting. Just to double check, we're looking at 51,780, no, where are you?
69.
69. Back to 69.
Okay, so we're on, okay, gotcha. Okay, so town revenues, which is 69,240,115 to be moved to the annual town meeting on the 2nd. I'll
Make a
entertain a motion.
I make a motion to move the $69,240,115 to the town budget.
Okay, motion by Betty Ann,
Second?
second by Lucy. Is there any discussion? Hearing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
I oppose.
Note Bev's opposition. Chair votes aye. Motion carries. Okay, and that brings us to E, which is a motion to send the recommended mill rate of 28.29 for consideration to the April 2nd town meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to send the mill rate of 28.29 to the annual town meeting.
Okay. Motion by Kristen. Can I get a second?
Second it.
Second by Jim. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Please note Bev's opposition. Chair votes aye. Motion carries. Okay. So, this will be taken up at the annual town meeting on April 2nd. Thank you. Okay, item number 8, comments from the first select woman. Nothing? Okay, no comments from the first select woman this evening. Item number 9, comments from the finance director.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In front of you, you have reports. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
In front of you, you have reports for the month of February, as well as year-to-date reports from July to February 28th as well. If there's any questions, please let me know during the week. In addition, I wanted to touch on give an update on the FEMA and what happened over the summer with the storm. As a result of the storm, I've included some correspondence from our emergency management director. You'll see an email in there in your packet from March 6th, where he outlines all of the different projects and the current phases. We are having constant communication with FEMA. Our next meeting is actually this Thursday via Zoom. If anybody's interested, I can forward along that link. In addition, there's a second correspondence in your folder there, in your packet, regarding the first reimbursement that we, at least was authorized. You'll see it here on the first page. Total amount that's eligible for reimbursement, $4,645.94. And the share, which I believe is 75%, $3,484.46. And this is the first of many to come through. And I'm not sure when the actual reimbursement will be received by the town, but I did wanted to bring to your guys' attention, being that it happened in the last week or so. Any questions on any of the FEMA?
Okay, so this is moving along then as expected.
It is moving along from at least communications with the FEMA director that we've been assigned. Our information is in good order, and they use a portal that we've uploaded all of our documentation, from invoices to cancel checks and whatever they request.
All right, does anybody have any questions in regards to FEMA? Lucy?
No.
Jim? No. Bev? Betty Ann? Kristen? Carol? Okay.
I did include a little, just a reminder here on the ARPA funds. All of our purchase orders and contracts had to be executed by the end of 2024, and all of the money has to be expended by the end of 2026. We did get all of our contracts executed by the end of 2024, December 31st. And we're working on, obviously, finishing some of those open projects around town, and we'll have everything spent by 2026 in time for whenever they come out and audit us. Speaking of the audit, the auditor for the town audit, they're finished with the Board of Ed, as I mentioned at our last couple of meetings. They're working on the town. I haven't heard anything in regards to any exceptions to any of the reports or purchase orders or invoices that they've selected for testing, which is an improvement on the town side from where we were last year. So happy to report that progress. Still waiting on some reports from Milliman, and the town owes the auditor a couple of reports from our side, so they can continue with their testing. So at this stage, We're looking at an extension for the end of March, which we'll sign off on, and hopefully we can complete this by the end of April.
Okay, so an extension at the end of March for hopeful completion by the end of April. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, I do, but there are other line items. You want me to address them now, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, does anybody have anything up here they want to talk about in regards to the audit extension? Lucy? Jim? Bev?
I just want to know, do we know a dollar amount yet for last year?
I'm going to, for now, there are no adjustments that have been made to the previous adjustment that I provided, but like I said, I don't have any confirmed audit adjustments yet, but when they are, I'll forward them over to you.
Okay, so we have no dollar amount right now.
That's correct.
Diane?
Same question and answer, asked and answered.
Kristen?
I'm all set.
Carol?
All set, thank you.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Okay. I mean, I'll talk about private duty. I know it's later on down the list. You want to discuss
Yeah,
now, or?
Wait till we get there.
Oh, okay, then I'm all set.
Okay. All right, thank you. Does anybody have any final comments or questions for the finance director? Lucy?
No.
Jim? Bev? Diane? Kristen? Carol? No. Got nothing. All right, thank you. All right, moving on, item number 10, transfer requests.
No transfer
You got
request.
Okay, so that, moving on to item number 11, reconciliation of Board of Education expenses with the town records as of 2/28/25.
So I want to thank Salvatore for all of his work in doing those reconciliations on a monthly basis. His last correspondence, the town needed to record 2 transfers. That was a little bit of a discrepancy between his books and our books. We made those 2 transfers, and now our amounts agree.
Okay. Do you have the sheet for that?
I don't have the sheet.
No?
That was my questions.
Yeah, if you could just email that over whenever you get a chance,
Absolutely.
just for our records. You know, keep this all in line.
Certainly.
Questions of the chair, do we have to vote on that?
What on what? There's no transfer. We're on reconciliation, item number 11. So does anybody have any questions in regards to the Board of Ed reconciliation? Lucy?
No.
Jim? Beth? Diane? Griffin? Carol?
No.
Okay, we got nothing there either. You just send that out. Keep our records good to go. Okay, item number 12. Okay, private duty owed to the town as of 2/28/25.
There have been no changes to private duty from the last report that I had sent regarding the aging of the receivables. At this point in time, I believe they're going to send everybody that was on that list to collection. I believe it was around $40,000. That's an approximate number. I don't have an actual, but approximately $40,000 will be sent to collection. I'll double check with the chief, but I would imagine if nothing's been received in the next 30 days or so.
Okay. So yes, we don't have that sheet in here.
Right, it was the same sheet from last,
Same sheet as last
yeah,
month.
same, yeah, no update to that sheet. That was the same $40,000. There were no collections in the last month, other than obviously the job for
Right,
Blue.
jobs for Blue,
Yeah,
that's
that's,
separate.
right, there are no receivables on the jobs for Blue.
Okay, and everything with the jobs for Blue is going smooth.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. No complaints from anybody on that, right?
Not from the finance department.
Okay,
The money's coming in, so.
all right. Anybody have any questions or comments in regards to jobs for Blue or private duty? Lucy?
No.
Jim? No. Bev? Diane?
I would only ask that we have it regardless of whether it was the same as last month. If for each month, we have an updated list.
You got it.
Kristen? Carol? Okay. Okay, item number 13, new business. We Got anything new coming down the pipe? No? Anybody up here have anything new? No? Okay. Item number 14, correspondence. Any love letters or hate mail or any of that stuff? No. No. Okay, good. Anybody else up here got anything? No? Okay, that brings us to item number 15, public comment and discussion. Be our last public comment for the regular meeting. Public comment going once. Please come up, give your name, address for the record.
Kristen Harmeling, 134 Davis Road. I just wanted to point out that it really feels like we're having an accelerated timeline this year for the budget process. We have always traditionally had about 2 weeks between public hearing and the annual town meeting, and everything is really compressed this year. And my understanding of when the first referendum is during spring break week. So it's really going to limit our opportunity to reach out to parents, to reach out to the community, and market our budget, particularly with the annual meeting next week. So I'm not really sure why the timeline is so accelerated. Last year, we had the hearing on April 3rd. We had the annual town meeting on April 17th. We had the first referendum on May 2nd. So with the first referendum being over spring break, when teachers and staff who live in Seymour and Seymour families are away, I feel like it's really could potentially hurt the Board of Ed, and I'm also concerned about the lack of time with which to market our budget.
Thank you. Public comment. All right, name and address for the record.
Paul Sponheimer, 25 Falcon Drive. Questions. How does one find out about foreclosures in the town and unpaid taxes? That's it.
Okay. Yes, please.
Foreclosures on a town is through the U.S. Judicial website, and that's all you have to do is go onto our town website, look on the tax collector, and if you're interested in the address, and the address will be how far behind you are. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Public comment.
Evening,
How you
Trish
doing?
Danka, 203 Pearl Street. I also thank you for all the work that you do. I understand more than many in this room how much work it is and can appreciate the differing of opinions. I did hear that a couple of selectmen, Board of Finance folks did disagree with the budget, and that's fair, but, you know, I just want to comment that the budget is yours to put together with right feedback from who you're speaking with as far as departments, and the first select person always puts forth a budget to be helpful, but it's really the Board of Finances to put together with all of that information. And at this juncture, with all of the information you have, if you are voting to not approve that, I think that's completely fair. I've dealt with that, whether you want it higher or lower, but it would be a very good opportunity to explain or offer suggestions on where you want to bring certain line items in the budget down or up to meet what your expectations are. And I think that's fair for the public to hear as well, because you could possibly elicit conversation on your board to actually make that happen. So just either not saying anything about it and voting no, or having the opinion it's too high, that's all fair, but it's not offering real solution on kind of getting it to where you think it should be at this juncture after hearing everything that you've had. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Public comment. Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times. Yep, come on up. Name and address for the record.
Andrew North, 4 Jello's Farm Road. To Trish's point, I think that's a very good one. You know, you guys are, it's almost like going to your board, you know, which is the town. And, you know, if you're responsible for approving and going through the budget, I don't know if this is the forum, I'm in this meeting, but I'd like to know, because that's a great point, whoever's not approving this, why, right? I mean, if I went to my boardroom like that with my management team, I'd get thrown out. So I'd like to know, like, you know, why. I mean, as a resident, if somebody's got a problem with it, probably a good problem. I mean, probably good comments, but I'd encourage you to speak up and tell everybody why. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? Going once? No. Name and address for the record.
Al Bruno, 10 McConney Court. I just want to echo what the last two folks have said. You know, y'all are elected officials. We really appreciate what you have to say. So we really would like to know whether you vote yay or nay, what you'd like to see done differently, maybe what you'd like to see cut, increased, just to give the public a little better idea. You have voices, and you're elected to have those voices. So I would like to. I'm curious. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Public comment. Public comment. Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times? Public comment is closed. Before we adjourn, we will go down the table for just final thoughts up here. Lucy, do you have anything final you'd like to add?
At this point, no, I think it.
Jim?
Nothing final.
Bev?
I just want to say that when we did go through budget deliberations, that I did speak up, and I did give my proposals on different things, but I was overridden by the board.
Okay. Betty Ann?
I'll reiterate what Bev said. What goes on within all these deliberations, which everybody is available to attend and listen to, when certain people oppose, whether it's too high or too low, is irrelevant in a forum like this. It's handled through our Board of Finance. However, as you notice with the motions that went forward, regardless of our opposition, people that oppose the situation and the majority as of the board, we vote with the board. That's our due diligence as a board of director. We don't stand up and oppose something when it's a unanimous choice. So, to the comments on why we did it and why we didn't do it, too high, too low, irrelevant at this point. We're going with the board and what the unanimous decision was.
Okay. Kristen?
I'm all set.
Carol? Okay. I mean, I guess, you know, I could somewhat speak to that as well, because when we do these deliberations, during the deliberation process, I mean, everybody up here has an opportunity to put their ideas out there. And what we've been doing is, you know, we've done this very, you know, as a group. And this is not, you know, just one person drives the board. Everybody's had their input. And we go with a majority of the people that are up here as to what proposals and what ideas stick. You know, and sometimes, you know, an idea that I have, the board might not like, okay? So then they overrule me. I'm just one voice, okay? So we do go by what the majority is when we're throwing ideas around. And that's all I have to say in regards to the process. So with that, the time is 7:42, and we will adjourn the regular meeting. Thank you all for coming.